chapter 8, but I promise you this, the Holy Spirit will come upon you and you will be seized with power. You will be my messengers to Jerusalem, throughout Judea, the distant provinces, even to the remotest places on earth. Whenever I think of the power of God, I'd always think of Acts 1:8. The early church did not just wait for the power to come. Remember, Jesus told them in Acts 1:4, and while staying with them, he ordered them not to depart from Jerusalem, but to wait for the promise of the Father, which he said, "You heard from me." And in John 14:16, it says, "And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate and another comforter to be with you forever, to be with them." And so the early church did not just wait for the power to come, but they waited for the Holy Spirit. They waited for a person. They did not wait for, like something like thunder from on high or like these superpowers, but they waited for the person, for a person. They waited for the Holy Spirit, who is the power of God. And as they are waiting on him, it's not only his presence that filled them, but his power. We cannot separate the presence of God from his power. We cannot just want his presence and not his power. We cannot have the power and not the presence. That is impossible. The power of God and his presence are inseparable. I cannot just walk in power without the presence of God in me. And I cannot have the presence and not walk in power. If we are filled with the presence of God and we are filled with his power, we cannot say that we are filled with the presence of God and yet we are scared of things that are going on around us, or scared of the demonic realm, because we're filled with the power of God and we can do everything because of the power that is in us, because of the Holy Spirit who is in us. And so know that you are a very powerful person, not just because you're a powerful person. Whenever we think of power, we think like, for example, like the Avengers and Thor with his hammer, or like this anime Dragon Ball Z, wherein this character will like make a fireball and like throw it on people. It's not something like that. The Holy Spirit lives in us, therefore the presence of God lives in you. And not only the presence of God lives in you, but the power of God also is in you. So know that you are a very powerful person, and the Lord trusted us with that power, so we can use it, not just to keep it. So today, ask the Holy Spirit, how will you able to walk in power in the presence of God? How are you going to partner with the power of God that is in you? So thank you so much. Have a great one today.